logo on the screen.
What do you get when you put two Minnesotans and a guy from Wisconsin together? Twist. The Week in Sports Talk. Get ready for some sports chatter where there's sure to be laughing, arguing, and maybe even crying. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Reeves, Matt Benz, and Greg Green Bay Bauman.
Here we go, live and in person, episode 83, The Mick.
The Mick.
The Mick. He's my new idol, Mickey Mantle.
Oh, you got the Mickey Mantle gene.
Wait
you
a
know
second.
about that?
Okay, so
I'm going to get into it, but Greggy, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're taking a whole new approach to this, as we've discussed. We're not even telling each other what we want to bring to the table.
Sure.
Right.
That's good.
You could have given me a million guesses.
Well, I would have said the Mick. He's a TV junkie, so I would have said the show.
Oh, the show,
Mick,
the Mick.
with
Yeah.
that, with the
Even-
blonde.
I would have never guessed Mickey Mantle. Number one, because it's baseball.
Yeah.
Number
the
two,
kid
because it
couldn't tell.
happened.
Yeah.
Because Mickey Mantle happened
Okay,
before
but
Mike's life.
After I read this, you're going to be like,
No,
That makes
all
complete
right,
sense.
that's
Bring
good.
it.
Yeah, Mickey Mantle gene.
all right. So this is a real letter. New York Yankees Inc. Dear Mickey, as you probably know, the 1973 marks the 50th anniversary of Yankee Stadium, and we're going to have a season-long golden anniversary celebration. So what they did is they put together a questionnaire for the players, and they were going to read them during the game.
Yep.
So December 14th, 1972.
I wasn't born yet.
I consider the following my outstanding experience at Yankee Stadium. And then it gives you lines to write in. Mickey Mantle,
And
the
then-
Mick. I got a blowjob under the right field bleachers by the Yankee bullpen.
Connor, earmuffs.
No, he's doing great. Keep
Question-
going.
question
Proceed.
number
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, this is a family show. It's okay.
This event occurred on or about. Give as much detail as you can. And again, this is all over the internet. You can Google it. It's not fake. This is Mickey Mantle's handwriting.
All right, now feather it in there.
It was about the third or fourth inning. I had a pulled groin, and I couldn't fuck at the time. She was a very nice.
We're not making any money on this
She
show.
was a
Yeah,
very
right
nice
now,
girl,
but-
and asked me what to do with the cum after I came in her
Holy
mouth.
smokes.
I said, "Don't ask me.
Jeez,
I'm not a cocksucker."
All right, so anyway.
Mickey-
the Mick.
Mickey
Okay.
Mantle.
There's more?
That's it.
Oh,
He
thanks.
signed it. I believe it went up for auction. I just couldn't believe that this is what he's playing for the Yankees. The Yankee
I believe
organization
you.
sent it to him,
Oh.
and this is what he filled out for them
Greg,
to read in front of the crowd.
You know that if Mike was to win the Powerball, because we tend to pool our money when it gets up into the rafters. And,
Yeah.
Yep.
the first thing he'd do is look for that document.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
he would want to own it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I put it right there,
I don't blame you.
right here in the sports memorabilia card shop that we are located at
It's
right
a
now.
great way to transition after
Absolute-
that story into our sponsors. Let's
absolute
start with the
sports
first one, Daily Defense. That's a smarter transition.
That's a
Let's
very
leave
smart
this
transition.
humble abode, give it a little bit down
Yeah.
in case they want to clip it.
Yeah.
Daily Defense, Double D,
Yep.
hard at work in
I'm
the
pretty sure.
courtrooms.
I'm pretty sure he got someone off the death row.
That's just what he does. If you're strapped up, if you're riding dirty, if you're riding clean, Daily Defense.
Give him a
Call
call.
him up.
DailyDefenseMN.com. We just talked to
Beautiful.
him. He's got his picks in for the
Yeah,
pick
Beautiful.
segment.
I
later.
sent him the pics earlier in the week. He got back to us 30 seconds ago, which tells me one thing. Someone is a free man today
That's what I'm saying.
because
He's
of John Daly.
at work.
Yeah, he's working.
He stays
right.
working.
He looks at my text message and says, GBG, I got too many things to worry
He's
about.
working
Too many-
harder.
Too many kettles in the fire right now to
I'm
be
telling
worried about
you.
your picks.
He's working harder than Mickey Mantle. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that, because that guy was a freaking kook.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a
I love
legend.
it.
And the thing is about Daily Defense, he'll hit anywhere in the metro. He'll travel.
Oh,
You got a problem up in Anoka County?
Yeah.
That man's going to be up there.
He's literally got a state of Minnesota with all the counties that he just goes
and collects.
and erase. Like he
He
colors
collects.
it in after he's going, so he can
Yeah.
fill.
Comes
the
up
whole
with the
state.
Brinks truck,
This
backs
is-
it up.
This is great coffee.
Dark roast.
Did you go across the street?
Caribou right down the block
Nice.
here. You may say, down the block from where? Down the block from Absolute Sports Cards, baby. Savage, Minnesota.
Savage, Minnesota.
stop in, say you heard about it on the podcast, say you heard about it from the bread man. It's no big deal.
So you sent us a message.
Yep.
Asking us if we wanted coffee.
Correct.
What did I say?
I think you said that sounds great. Thanks or something like that.
I said
thanks.
yes,
Something
please.
good.
Yeah.
Prayer hands.
Prayer hands.
Oh yeah, they're prayer hands.
Yeah.
En route.
And what did Greg say?
I think I said sure.
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 I was driving.
So I
That's
would,
Green Bay polite, though.
yeah. So
They are.
I've gotten
They're
this a
just-
few times over the past week. I saw that and I'm like, I think this is a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
When people ask questions and you can put a different tone on it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then it sounds good, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But when you text it, how do you hear it?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I
You know
just
what I
think
mean?
I just think Greg's pretty autistic, so he doesn't really elaborate much more than that.
Okay,
But it's
so-
all right.
In
Yeah.
full disclosure,
Yeah.
Connor slept upstairs last night because he was watching scary movies,
Attaboy.
and because
Oh boy,
he knew that when I wake up, I'll get ready. I'll just wake him up. We'll walk out.
I'm
the door.
surprised he didn't sleep in the car.
Well, he was going to.
Yeah.
But I was cold out. So I wake up this morning, and as I think I've mentioned, maybe I didn't, I'm coaching his basketball team.
Hoops, 2 coaches,
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
No,
side by
just-
side.
No, me too.
Yeah.
That's what he meant.
Me too. Hashtag.
So I woke up this morning and loaded into my Sports Engine app was our new team, which wasn't there last night. And I knew they were auto filling it. So
The roster?
the roster. So we
Holy.
were a little focused this
Any
morning.
Shaquille's? Any Dom?
We got some ballers.
All
Do
right.
you?
God, that's what Connor told me. So anyway,
Okay.
my point is that
Jamel's.
we were otherwise preoccupied on the way when I saw that text.
That's
so-
fine. You were driving. I
Yeah,
don't want
so,
you to get.
so the
in
sure
an
the
accident.
sure was more of a I got to get the phone back to Connor because he's breaking down
Totally
our
get it.
offense.
Totally get it.
So, but anyway, I got a question for you guys.
All right.
Fire away.
Do you guys know who Sports Illustrated just named as their Sportsman of the
Oh yeah, your guy.
Year? No, okay, just
Okay.
answer. Deion Sanders.
Yep.
Okay.
Prime time.
Here's my question.
Mhm.
If we were living in now, this is about to go down a rabbit hole.
Here we go.
Who would you guys have thought should be the sports person of the year? And I have my answer, and I'll tell you why.
Oh man, Greggy, I wish I had some prep. All right, I gotta think for a
Sports
second.
person.
I mean, the reason why I didn't want to bring this up,
Year.
I want you guys to think first thing off your head. First thought.
Sports person.
I
of
don't
the
have a
year.
first thought.
What if I tell you Riley Gaines?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But
Do you
wasn't
g-
she more? Was she more last year
Who's
or is she
Riley
this year?
Gaines?
Okay, Riley Gaines is a University of Kentucky swimmer
Swimmer.
who had to compete against Leah Thomas, who's a male.
She came in second.
She
to
came in
the-
second.
to Leah Thomas.
And
Leah Thomas is a male.
yes,
Yes, she won all the medals in the women's swimming college last
Riley
last
or
year.
Leah?
Leah.
You
Leah.
just said Leah's a male.
yes,
Yes.
one of those,
Yep.
one of those non-binary.
He was like ranked like number 200 in male swimming, and then he went over to the women's.
Kind of like
and
that
he
video
smoked them
you
all.
sent us of that
Yep.
movie.
okay.
Yep.
So here's my point: is Riley Gaines has become an activist, and I'm not going to say the article I read was from about a month ago.
Okay.
24 of the 50 states have outlawed the ability for a biological male, born male, to compete in collegiate female sports.
Now it's all of them,
Now it's so
Now
when
it's
Riley
all.
Gaines started
All
this,
50?
and she's yep.
I don't know what the number was, so I'm just going to be upfront. But while she was doing this, it turned into 24. Now it's all of them. She is the reason why, as a society, we individuals like us have the ability to say enough's a fucking enough.
Sure.
And she should be the sports person of the year.
Yeah.
She should be the person of the Time Magazine.
Definitely one of them. Definitely,
Person of the year.
Definitely a better option.
She is a
Yeah.
hero to her generation.
Sure.
And just so you guys know, I've been spending a lot of time in my car over the past 2 weeks working,
Yep.
but driving around. Been watching listening to a lot of podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro are my two new heroes.
Oh, new Candace has been my
Oh,
hero.
that's
I mean,
impressive.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
All right.
But my
Definitely-
point is that they use the term silent majority
Sure.
because 99% of people, I believe, think that these, women competing in men's sport or men competing in women's sports, all of this other stuff it's just bullshit. But nobody wants to put their name out there and say, no, I'm against this and I'll do whatever it takes to stop this injustice.
Or if they do put their names out there,
That-
which many are, they are silenced and they don't get the footage,
which
you
is
know, they don't
why
get
I
covered.
respect Riley Gaines so much.
Yeah,
more.
you remember the thing I sent you, a week ago? 1% control the world, 4% are their puppets, 90% are asleep, 5% know and try to wake the 90%. And this last part's a tongue twister. The 1% use the 4% to prevent the 5% from waking up the 90%.
Yep.
And it's so true.
Yep.
You know, Liz Collin, who was with CCO and did that, the Fall of Minneapolis that we talked about, and I watched that. Have you seen it yet?
Yep.
I mean, that's just incredible. But they won't air that anywhere else.
No, and that's like the movie with Jimmy Caviezel, the one about
the traffic kids.
Yeah, trafficking. That's never going to make it to mainstream because there's too much in it that implicates the media.
Wasn't that funded by a trafficker, a molester? There was a bunch of shit that came out. It was probably the left that just started spinning the movie to get it.
The problem is
more.
when you get such an extreme left movement that's been happening. Okay, so you get such an extreme left push for all of these, you know, things happening in schools, and you know, it doesn't help because all that happens is you get an extreme push to the opposite end. People get so sick and tired of the woke culture that they go far right, and that's not necessary either. You know, hopefully that you hope that it brings people more closer to an actual middle because they are so afraid of being
left,
far
right.
right.
That's the
extremes. That is the puppet masters.
Right.
They want extreme because that creates more division. And really what you're seeing now, I mean, you see in Argentina, the president that just won out there, libertarian, and how he just says, we're getting rid of all this woke shit, all of these positions in government that are making all of this money from the taxpayer, that what do? They just clog the pipes. They just tie knots so you can't make decisions, and only decisions are made on people that can buy decisions. And that is America. Everything is bought and paid for. And then you're seeing in more of these debates, which is good because you get social media bought by Elon Musk, who opens everything up and just says, listen, we want to get this side and this side to be able to be vocal with their quote unquote facts so people can weigh those facts, instead of it being a Facebook where you're literally just getting filtered junk to try to skew you down a road that they want you to go.
Well, yeah, and it's like you brought up Elon Musk. Most people criticize, and you'll hear this on radio all the time. Are they verified? Oh, so they have $8. Because since Elon took over X, all you have to do to get verified is spend $8 and give a couple of credentials. His point, though, to do that was the exact opposite of why people make fun of him for that. It's to put everybody on the same level. It wasn't to qualify certain people as being more authoritative on something. It was to bring everyone to the same level and say, you know what, our voice is all equal. You know, here's well, I was just gonna say, I've told this is my opinion, and no one else's. I think my personal views on this whole trans extremism movement is because if you read the Bible, even if you think the Bible is nothing more than a historical document, it does document, even if you don't believe in God. It's a historical document talking about what happened in a certain period of time. And there's references to homosexuality. And then in the 60s and 70s, it became more mainstream culture. And I believe emotionally, not financially, not emotionally, I believe that a lot of people who identify as being homosexual, lesbian, were probably a little bit offended that they weren't more like belittled and, you know, just degraded and all this, that they upped the ante. And now we want more attention. We didn't get the attention we wanted before because so many people like the three of us are the mainstream popular culture, the mainstream. And all of us have the same idea towards that, which is fine. Do your thing.
I think I get what you're saying. I think that it's more along the lines of, if you go back and let's say even when I was growing up in the early 90s, you had the gay movement, and guess what? The gays were proud However, they didn't force anything on anyone. And, you know, they kind of like did their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was gay pride. And now you see the far left trying to almost take that movement and hitch their wagon to it.
Right.
And that's what you talk to. I have gay friends.
Yeah.
I have lesbian friends. You talk to them, they hate this movement.
Yes.
Because it tarnishes their image that they worked so hard to get.
Yes.
And that's the whole thing, is just because you're anti-extreme doesn't mean you're anti the gay movement.
And that's
You know what I mean?
wording my point.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
that's
I
what
think
it all
most
is.
people just want to live their lives the way they want. They
It's about
don't want
having pride
Yeah.
and respect for the human and realizing we live in a society.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
it's not about this or that or the other. It's about let's help our neighbors and just support each other, because half the shit, if not more, on the TV is just trying to get you upset.
Yeah.
You know, you hear about the guy with no phone. He's happy almost every day.
Yeah.
You know, but he's missing out on all this, the earth ending.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think that you posted like some meme or something that said something like,
Yeah.
you know, there's a guy somewhere living in the mountains in Montana who has no idea that we're supposed to be upset about all these different things.
Yep.
You know, what gets my cages rattled is you talk about biblical, and going back, and the 80s when I was a youngster, and the early 90s, and you know, like the gay move. There was never trans.
No, because that was more the political race.
It's society.
It was the race thing
that allows everything to
Yeah.
happen now. So you got your furries, and it's like everything's okay. We can do anything.
Well, it's
and
what can we do?
society opens the
Yep.
door for everything. Where you
Yep.
know, to me, I don't think God makes mistakes.
Sure.
You're born a guy.
Yes.
You're a guy. You're born a girl. You're a girl. If you go for that same gender, that's fine. I truly believe that you're born that way.
Yeah.
You know, I have my cousin, you know, is gay, and I think he struggled for most of his, you know, adolescence into adulthood because society still had this stigma,
Correct.
and he couldn't just bang those doors open and be like, this is who I am, accept me or don't.
Because he's probably
And-
10.
You know, but he knew
Yeah.
early on, just like I knew in first grade when I went to school with my suit on for Ashley Turchin,
Oh yeah.
that I liked her.
What's she up to now?
She's married with kids.
Yeah, of course she is.
You know,
Happily?
but
Happily?
Yeah, happily married, Greg.
Oh,
But like
boy.
even in kindergarten, I was walking around and picking dandelions for Giovanna. Like,
Sure.
you know, early on whether you like boys or girls. So I think, you know, you're truly born that way, and I don't think God makes mistakes, even though the Bible, you know, says what it says about that.
But then you realize and grasp everything that we have said is not what mainstream media would want everyone to think we're saying. You know, what they would interpret and cut out of the first part of this podcast would be, these are three white bigots that are anti-trans movement
Right.
and racists.
Mhm.
But that's not it at all.
Right.
You know, all we want is really for peace and for people to be able to do what they want and have those freedoms,
Yeah, live a good life.
and
We're only
to
here once.
respect the country that allows that to happen. And all that means by respecting it is just working together, not apart. What a political podcast. You
Love,
could
not
see
hate.
this right now on, you know, if they were smart on mainstream media, this would be it right here.
I
Here's
don't
your
even know-
news. This
Are
is
we
all you
even
need.
still live, or
We're
did
plugged
Facebook
in.
end it?
Yeah, this is not getting no. This ain't paying the mortgage this month. I'll tell you
If
that.
Facebook ended, it would have been
Holy
the Mickey
cow.
Mantle
The
portion.
30,
I got-
the 30 seconds. It's on the internet. It's
I got
true.
breaking news. It's a good transition. We'll stray
Break it.
away. This
Break
is a
it.
sports podcast.
I've
Breaking
been at
news.
the edge of my seat.
Breaking news. I'm getting out of the boat.
What boat?
The
Red boat?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm out.
You're no longer a golfer?
I'm go blue. I'm a Michigan fan now.
Whoa.
For college football
You're
and
not
college
going.
sports.
Wait
I'm
a
out.
second. Wait a second.
I'm out. I will not be buying any more Gopher apparel. I won't be attending any games unless they pay the blue. I'm going Michigan
Why?
because
You
they
can't
always
do that.
compete. They are always ranked. They get the talent. I want to win. I want to win.
Can I ask you for a favor?
If they lose in the big,
All I ask is that
Yeah.
you use this offseason
that's okay.
to explore maybe another team that might be a little bit east of here by about 4.5 hours.
No, that's all right.
I can
never,
hook you up with the athletic director. He can
That's
sit
all
down
right.
with you.
I'm good on
There's
Wisconsin.
actually a
I'm good on
name for what
Iowa.
he's doing.
Yep, that's
It's
all right.
It's a transfandium.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I
He
choose.
just picks up and switches.
I can bleed purple, and I can take I can purple purgatory. I can be in the middle.
So do you also identify
Wolves,
as a
I'm
cheer?
howling.
No.
Wild.
You can't
I
do
can
it.
take the mediocrity in hockey, but however, what they're doing to the men's program in both football and basketball, I'm out.
It's called
I'm
just
out.
being a Minnesota fan.
No,
You can't
it's the
just leave.
NIL, and I'm gonna. It's okay. That's okay. It's action packed over there.
I
Go
am
Blue.
fans of other
Go Blue,
teams.
and they're sponsored by Jordan.
No, like
Let's go.
I like watching, USC football. It's got Jerry Rice.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Caleb
Yeah.
Williams, and there's teams that I'm always
I'm out.
driven towards.
I'm
Like
out.
I love the Wolves, but who's my second team?
Yeah, I get the second
Whoever
team.
LeBron is playing for.
100%.
But
100%.
as you guys know, I watch more college football.
Yeah.
I fucking rode, bro.
No, you're a poser.
Bullshit.
You're a poser.
I rode.
I
I
hope
rode-
Jim.
I said
Lee,
PJ
and
was fucking
Michigan. I hope
legit.
the bowl turns to a toilet bowl.
Everybody's
and it all
jumping.
ends.
Everybody's jumping.
Here we
dude.
go, big dog.
Big
in
dog.
the
Here he
house.
goes.
There he is.
There he is, dude.
We just got a poser as a.
Yep,
a host
I'm out.
here.
Michigan fan now.
Stop rowing.
I'm out. Harbaugh Nation, stand up. Let's go. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
Okay, first of all, I'm okay with you
I'm
setting.
out.
I'm okay with you setting parameters, and you know what? You lose my fandom if you are embarrassment. But
Just
why-
if you have
what
no
I-
image and you
what
have
I-
no.
What I
I'm
don't
out.
like about what you're doing, though,
Yeah.
is that you're changing your entire fandom philosophy.
Right.
You were a fan of a struggling
Oh,
program
I
in a
was.
struggling state, which is known for
Yep.
diehard fan. Minnesota is known for diehard
Diehard.
fans, stick thick and thin.
Thick and thin.
So why wouldn't you align yourself with
because
another organization that maybe might be a step up, maybe might be doing that, but doesn't
No.
go for Wisconsin?
Oh my God! Think about that, Greg.
What's wrong with that?
Oh my God! Just the name, Wisconsin.
Dude, I got
Wisconsin's the New York of the Midwest.
I got
all right?
two nieces that
The
go
New
to
York of the
school there.
Midwest.
I got a daughter that's going
I
to go there.
believe it.
And you're not going to
I
support.
can't respect it, just because
Okay.
it's the same thing, Greggy. You're not going to go to a Minnesota Twins, given the Twins. Okay, you root for the Twins.
Yep.
That's good. I root for the Brew from time to time.
Yep.
They're NLAL. That's okay.
NLAL. Yep.
But no, I want somebody that's with it then now. Now, if they all of a sudden start going into a direction, will I get back on the bandwagon?
No,
Sure.
no, you're not allowed.
Sure.
to
I
back
don't
on.
think
I'll
you're
get back.
allowed.
You're
but
not.
right now, when I hear
The
the head
vote's
coach, when I hear the head coach basically say, "We don't have the money, we don't have the alumni support,
Well, she's
we
just
don't have the
stating
money,"
facts. You can't
I
compete
know.
with
So
USC
I'm out.
and UCLA
Yeah.
coming over.
you can't.
You can't.
You get steamrolled in the West. Iowa is going to play Michigan in the Big Ten championship today.
Mhm.
We should have been there.
Yeah.
There's no reason why Iowa should be.
The thing with
Even-
Gopher
I got-
football, though, is you don't ever go into it. We had, a
I
few years back.
do.
Well, that's your own fault.
You
because
have
we're never-
to.
We're never relevant
We're a Power 5 school. You gotta.
In the
You better
60s.
get relevant.
in the 60s.
The problem is
Your expectations.
you're a Power 5 school
Yeah,
that is, if you look at it,
I know.
you are the only school in the Big 10 or Big 15 or 16 now
27. Yeah,
until next year
yeah,
that is in the heart of a metropolis.
yeah.
That is not what the Big 10 is.
I
The Big
know.
Ten is designed-
Cornfields. I get
cornfields,
it.
and then you get a closer knit community.
No, this is
So the
fucking-
problem is that the University of Minnesota is not designed to have alumni support because it's a very transient idea. You get a degree from the Carlson School of Business, which is one of the best business
'Cause how
schools
many
in the
people live in
nation,
Madison?
and then people go wherever around the country.
Madison's got to be similar.
But because you're in a small community like Iowa City, Madison,
Yeah.
Evansville, all these cities, you have a closer knit community
There's-
in that 4 or
yeah.
5 years you're there.
Yeah.
So you have a stronger allegiance to the community when you're gone. You don't have that at Minnesota because you're in the downtown Minneapolis and you
You
go
don't got to
wherever.
tell me. Go blue,
That's
dude.
the problem. You
Go
want
blue,
Minnesota,
baby.
you want Minnesota to be successful? Move the college to Rochester.
There you go. Down to the Mayo. because they all need to go to the
or
clinic.
Brainerd, for God's
They're all
sake.
knocked up. We
Well,
go through
then
running
you-
backs like they're going out of style.
Then you would just be the University of Minnesota, Mankato,
Rochester Lords.
Rochester.
Well, there's no.
Duluth.
Well, the only difference between that and all the schools in Wisconsin that do that is Minnesota just became the biggest.
I get it.
Right.
I mean,
We're not moving.
I'm going to the
No,
other
but you
end.
get my point.
I'll
You
tell
know,
you
but you
that.
can also
Boom.
twist that,
Twist.
and we can offer what others can't. You're in the cornfields. Look at this metropolis.
Yeah.
Look at all these lakes. Like the selling point of that 5 years ago was great.
Yep.
Now we can't even guarantee if your dorm's gonna stay
Yeah.
not blown up,
Not
or
burnt down.
burned
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Minneapolis plummeted.
The fall.
The crime rate is so high. Like if I am a parent, my kid wants to go to the U.
Guess where they're going?
Absolutely not.
Guess where they're
You're
going?
not going downtown Minneapolis.
And
They're going horns up.
Oh.
Mankato, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go. They're going to
Let's go,
Cloud.
you're a Maverick.
Yeah, they're going to the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. My daughter's going to be 16 years old in June. She's a sophomore.
Yep.
She just got in the National Honor Society, which means that she could
She's
pretty
a
much
Badger.
go
Yep.
anywhere she wants. I flat out told her you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want. I would rather you not go to Minnesota for that exact reason. It would cause me too much stress
Oh, yeah.
worrying about her safety.
Right.
And you don't need to pay that much for
Yeah, and
great
she's
education.
a girl. Caveman, it's like, all right,
Oh,
but you
no,
got your
Connor-
bros and
Connor, it's
Caveman, no, you ain't either. You're going Michigan. Let's go. Starting wide out. Harbaugh Nation, stand up.
so
Let's go,
so
baby.
speaking of switching ends, I know this is a question for you, Greggy, because
I'm in.
Matt's
I
already
I like to relate.
he's counting sheep at this
I'll
point.
relate.
Yep.
So Monday Night Football.
Monday night.
Oh, great game.
So a few years ago, they gave you an option. You can either tune into ESPN,
Yep.
or you can
Simulcast.
turn into ESPN2 and watch the Manning brothers.
Correct.
How do you watch your Monday Night Football?
Very good question.
I'm a guess.
Go ahead.
You're a flipper.
The answer to the question is it depends if anyone's watching with me.
Oh,
Because if no one's watching with me,
you'll go.
I can focus on the Manning cast because they're very interesting.
Yeah.
But if there's other, like when Connor and I watch the game, him and I are talking about the game, about
Yeah.
fantasy and all that stuff. So I'm just going to watch the game.
Yeah.
But if no one else is watching with me, I want to hear what those guys are saying because they're extremely interesting. What do you do?
So for me, it depends on the game. So like when the Vikes Bears,
Hot
Yep.
take.
no Mannings.
Straight to the freaking live
Oh, of course.
feed. He
Right.
always
I
does this. He does this even on Sundays when they're playing. I'm watching Red Zone. He's
No,
glued. He needs the main line.
I need to tap
straight
right
to the
in.
vein.
Yep, right to the vein.
Yeah.
But like, let's say it's a game I don't really care about. Maybe I got two fantasy players going.
Uh-huh.
I want to enjoy the Mannings.
Yeah.
I love their banter with each other, and I also love they
bring
usually
in
have a
some
great
guests,
guest
right?
lineup.
Oh, too, is you can look before the game to see who they're interviewing at each quarter because each interview is a quarter long.
Yep.
So if there's someone like the other day, it was the other week, they had Trevor Lawrence on. Well, I made sure that I was watching the Manning cast during that. It was like the second quarter. So I made sure I was watching the Manning cast during that because I was interested to hear what he was going to say because I knew the Mannings
Love it.
weren't going to skirt around the coaching issue with him.
Yeah.
And I knew they were going to bring it up and I was interested in that.
Yeah.
So he deflected, but they did bring it up.
Sure.
But it was interesting to see. So that's kind of how I do it too.
Yeah, I just love how they have that option.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm a flip flopper, kind of
Flip
like
it.
Maddie over here.
Flip it.
But yeah, I enjoy the Mannings. I think they do.
I love it.
Speaking of transitions,
Oh, here we go. Transitioning.
Another
We've been
one?
transitioning this
we're
whole time.
talking
every
about Monday
segment.
Night
That should have
Football.
been episode 83.
Yeah.
Transitioning.
I think we need to get into our picks.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
all right.
good. I like that.
So, in full disclosure,
How we been
GBG took
doing?
one on the chin last week.
That's good for Maddie.
Love it.
That's all that means for Maddie. Maddie's
right
just
now-
running.
Right now, well, last week I should say, you guys all went 2-0-1 because you guys
What?
all had the same picks.
Damn. Okay.
I went 2-1 because I went against the Vikings and the Packers.
Yep.
And the Lions.
I thought I picked the Lions. Not everybody picked the Lions.
There was it was a
By the
3-point game.
spread.
It was a spread,
Spread.
so it was a push.
I
Yep.
fucking hate the
Push.
spread.
That's why there was only 3 instead of 4 games that
Yeah.
we picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay,
now
okay,
so
all
right now,
Mikey, it's all right. You
right
did
now-
good. You kept up with me.
after 2 weeks,
Maddie's up.
Maddie's up 5-0-1.
Now you got to understand 5-0-1, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hot.
That's hot.
I'm hot right now.
Right
in
now-
all aspects.
Right now,
In
if
all
Matt
aspects.
would get off a plane in Vegas, they'd have some guy in a black suit and sunglasses following him
Yeah.
around and closing down sports
Shout out
books when
to-
he was
yeah.
about to walk in.
Shout out to my Yoda, Sean Sorrow. Dude.
Sean,
I'm just
Papa
trying
Sorrow.
to learn the ways of the Jedi, dude. No big deal.
So we're in December.
Yep.
We do the show once a month.
It's
Yep.
beginning to
So you're gonna read the records. We're gonna do our picks today.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a show in January.
Yeah.
And then
that's it, dude.
basically
Super Bowl
the
party.
Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl could technically pick the winner,
More than likely.
more than likely.
Yep.
Okay. I just
Because
wanted to-
we'll have to plan on having our February show Super Bowl weekend.
okay.
Can you imagine? We could just have it in the basement.
That's a lot of transitioning.
Transitioning?
Speaking of transition,
Shout out.
okay, so overall records right now are Maddie is 5-0-1.
No big deal.
Johnny and Mike are both
3,
4,
4.
1,
You're
and
right
3.
there, dude. You're
I'm
right
2-2-1.
Hoofda.
Yeah, because I took one on the chin last
Yeah,
week.
you did.
Yeah.
That's
Ouch.
Packer Nation.
So here we go. This week, game number 1.
Uno. I'm guessing.
This is going to be interesting
Vikes.
because I didn't pick the Packer game to go with this week.
Oh, and there's no Vikes
And there's
game.
no Vikes
On
game.
the bye.
Wow.
So I tried to pick some interesting ones.
All right.
Texans -3 versus the Broncos.
Texans.
Maddie goes Texans.
Texans.
CJ is gonna go off. Garrett, Coach Payton don't know nothing about this.
See,
young
my
man.
problem with this is you're going Texans?
Yep.
So is John.
Yeah.
I'm also going Texans
Yeah,
because
push.
I'm a big CJ Stroud fan.
That's
Yeah.
all right, CJ. Here we go.
Next game 49ers -3 at Philly.
Oh, God. Philly.
You're going Philly?
Yep. I even put some cash on them to just win outright. I think they win.
Yeah, I like Philly better.
At
too.
home.
So
that place
Matt
is gonna
and
be
Mike take
cold,
Philly.
baby. It's gonna be warm but cold. Watch
Johnny and I are taking the 49ers.
I would too. That defense with Chase Young is
Good. I need some separation there.
nasty.
I'm just because Daily Defense does sponsor our show.
Yeah.
I'm
Shout
waiting.
out, DD.
I'm waiting to announce his pick.
Daily
last.
defense, dude. Hey, when you forgot to call a DD, call DD.
Whoa!
Daily, you can have that one for free, baby. Put that on a sticker.
Oh,
the
when
next
you
one's
forget to
gonna
call
cost-
the DD.
Call DD.
Call DD.
Oh my God, I'll be in the commercial.
-3.5. That would be for those of you betting out there. That's called 3 in the hook
Oh my God, I don't like
versus the Browns.
Rams. I think they blow up this game. I think they. Hello, staff is rolling, right?
You
Staff's
gotta go.
back.
You gotta go Rams because of Stafford.
And
The Brown.
who are you gonna roll out? DT?
No, they're going
For the-
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco. I think he's
Oh
getting
my God!
So
he's getting put in a body bag.
Mikey, who are you going with?
Yeah, I'm going
Retirement.
With the Rams too.
Oh, Sarah Lee, Mark Mallory, baby.
And Johnny and I will go Browns.
Yeah. Wow. I'm about to just peel. I'm peeling.
Ooh,
I'm peeling. That defense better score 3 touchdowns for you. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
And they
I
will.
mean,
Browns.
The D.
They've done nothing but hurt my feelings all year.
Yep.
Cleveland has ruined my survivor. I don't like them.
Well, and
They're
Miles Garrett's out.
sporadic. Oh my God.
Didn't he like break his?
Ego?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a beast.
Okay, so
All right. Well, that's
Speaking-
gonna be interesting going into the new year.
There's one
Yeah.
more game, right?
no, I only
That's it.
we only
3?
do 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here's now this is a little satirical, but who do you think is the comeback player of the year this year?
Because everyone thinks it's going to be Hamlin, right?
Well, I think that when the season
he hasn't played a game though, right?
Well, he's been like active for like 2 games,
Suited up.
suited up on the 53-man roster for 2 games this year. I
two,
think that
2 photo
the,
shoots.
the narrative at the beginning of the season was all he has to do is suit up and he wins.
Make the roster.
Yeah, he'll get comeback player of the year. I don't think that's the case anymore.
No, he's irrelevant.
Yeah. I mean, I think that his story is going to be turned into a movie,
Sure.
and it should.
Interesting. Comeback player of the year.
Comeback player of the year.
It's
Because
tough,
I
because
have
I want to say Tua, but he's kind of he's got a throttle. He's got to go on a run.
Well, no, Tua's doing good. That's a good answer.
he is, because last year we didn't even know if he was going to keep playing
Well,
football.
and that's why, because of the concussions, they basically like
And he came back thick. He came back fucking ready.
Yeah.
and tatted up.
Yeah. The tats help.
I know I'm just throwing this at you,
Let's hear it.
but here's what I think in my conspiracy-driven world by the conspiracy captain of
Was
the universe.
McCaffrey tear anything last year?
No.
No. Here's who I think wants to be the comeback player of the year?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers wants to be the first player to earn comeback player of the year by getting injured in the same year.
Are they in the playoff
Right
spot?
now they're 4-7, and they play. Okay, here's the thing though.
Oh.
They play Atlanta this week.
So they have to win.
If they win this week,
Who they're
they
rolling
have a
out?
very
Boyle?
They're putting. I would assume they're putting
Yeah,
out
they're
Boyle,
putting Boyle. They're not winning.
No.
but I don't think they will.
No.
I just think that in a year where everyone thought Hamlin would get it, and then he really hasn't.
But
done
he's got it
anything to earn
wrapped up with a bow next year.
Does he though?
Yeah.
No,
Because
he,
you
no, he
got-
doesn't. Because
You got a lot of guys like Kirk Cousins and a lot of other guys who will be eligible for it.
Yeah.
Because I think that Kirk Cousins is in a great spot. I don't think he's going to play for the Vikings next year.
correct.
I think that he's going to go
No.
into a team.
Yeah.
And that team here's my twist bet.
Oh,
I would do fishbowl, but Mike still owes us a fishbowl from like 3 years ago.
I don't know. Find the footage. I don't know.
I'll get
reel the tape.
Yeah.
I'll get the footage.
All right.
No, you know how
You
everyone
find the
says
footage. I'll pay up the
when
bill.
I wore a dress and did a polar plunge.
Hey, I
What
wore
was
a
the
dress
narrative?
too, dude.
What was the narrative around that? The narrative around that was GBG always pays up his
Where
bets.
was our
You
LBGTQ
did-
plus freaking
You
for
didn't
that?
do the polar plunge in a dress. You stood on a street corner in a dress.
We should
No,
be
I
one of
didn't.
the best.
I didn't show up to that one.
Oh, that's right.
That's why I wore
That's
the
why
dress.
you paid up there.
Yeah.
You're correct.
So you still owe a fishbowl. But anyway,
all I'm saying is
I
the
was paying my best
windshield.
too, but I don't
Hey,
remember that.
all I'm saying is the windshield is way bigger than the rear view mirror. Okay, babe.
so here's my bet is Kirk Cousins will sign a 2-year contract next year. 2-year contract next year with a team that'll also draft a quarterback in the first round next year.
All right. Well, that's a pretty. You always go with these
Did-
ticky tack.
Did you know that Josh Dobbs and Kirk Cousins have the same agent?
Yes. Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know that Tom Brady and Dante Culpepper are the same age?
You got to be kidding me.
Isn't that wild? I heard that this week and I almost fell out of my chair.
Can I take
Dante
it?
call salt.
Can I
and
tell you,
Tom
guys a-
Brady and Tom Brady just retired last year.
God, I love
Think about
Dante.
that.
Can I tell you
love
guys a
him.
funny story about Dante
Oh,
Culpepper?
all right, roll it.
So
Get your roll on.
I don't like to talk specifically about the names of the companies I work.
Yeah, don't do
Because
that.
you don't
we don't
do
need
that.
to get
'Cause
sued.
you don't do
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
However, I've been in the home services industry my entire life.
Oh, I never heard this one. This is a good
I think
one.
I've told you this one.
This is a good one.
So when Dante Culpepper moved to Minnesota from Florida, he
Yeah.
bought a house over in, near Lake Minnetonka.
Never. Yeah.
When the season ended, he locked up his house and went back down to Florida to his fellatio Florida estate.
yeah,
Good for him.
beautiful.
He didn't
Warm.
realize
It's warm
that it
down
gets
there.
to be -20 up here, and his pipes burst. And I don't know specifically if it was a neighbor or if it was like the water company that said, "Dude, your bill's out of control. Your water's running."
Yeah.
He
it's
blew
running
up.
all
He
right.
blew up a pipe.
Yeah, he did.
So he called up someone, whoever was handling his house. They had to get it all mitigated, restored.
You
he
come
spent
through.
hundreds of thousands of dollars to redo his house.
Okay.
The next year, he came to Minnesota, new basement, knew all that stuff in his house.
Did it again?
And then when he left at the end of the season, he did the exact same fucking thing.
He wasn't worried about it. It's just cheddar to get your
you know
roll
how
on.
much,
No.
You know how much weed he smoked?
I
though?
bet he wishes he had that money now for
Yeah,
those
exactly.
two
That's my point.
renovations.
My point is,
God.
there's a difference between getting your first paycheck as a rookie and spending $600 on shoes
Yeah.
versus having to redo your entire house twice because you don't know how to ask someone, how do you turn off the water into my house?
Yeah.
There's
What
a-
an idiot. And
there's-
that's why Tom Brady just
Yeah.
retired and Culpepper is
And just understand,
basically irrelevant.
just understand that if Mike ever, when he does buy his first home, the first fall, I'll definitely be coming over there to make sure you got it
well, we have to
winterized.
well, when Mike buys his first home,
Oh
you and I
my
have to go
God.
there to show him how to use a snowblower and a
Well, that's what.
lawnmower.
No, he ain't doing that. He'll pay somebody to. He doesn't shovel.
Jimmy.
Ask Roach. He don't shovel. Mike don't
No,
shovel.
I shoveled. I didn't use
Ah.
the snowblower.
Oh my
Do you know how to
I
use
was
a
out there
snowblower?
shoveling.
Dude,
Do
it's
I?
got auto start on it too.
No.
All you had to do is plug it in and press the button.
No. I
Roach
don't-
even said it. All you gotta do is plug it in and press the button. And Mike said, "Nah,
No.
nah.
I will shovel.
I'm not doing the end of the driveway." He says they could do
That's
that.
the-
and
that's the
that's
important
gonna
part.
get turned
I
into an
couldn't do it.
ice. That's what sunk the Titanic.
I couldn't do it. It was,
You know?
couldn't do it.
Oh, Mike.
No, there's That's why there's people out there. I'm trying to provide
You used
jobs.
to work in the lawn and landscape industry.
Blowing some fucking leaves after I got
blowing
sober,
the neighbor's
bro.
blowing the neighbor's old lady, dude. That's why I didn't.
When was the last time you used an oven?
Oh, I was gonna say meth or something else,
Okay,
but that's
okay,
all right.
Greg. First off,
No.
how do I make a pizza?
Oh, true.
Yeah,
He's
do
a
that.
frozen pizza guy. Yeah, that's
You're a
true.
big frozen pizza guy.
Frozen pizza.
Big
guy.
microwave
But
guy.
we've-
Microwave.
I nuke everything.
Everything.
But you know what? I asked for an air fryer from Kinley's Nani for Christmas.
You know,
I'm very
you should've
happy.
told me I have one.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, I'm very happy you never got the vax. I am. All right. I'm very happy you're worried about what you put in your body. However, you literally cook everything with radiation. So,
And me
get over
and
yourself.
99%.
Hey, that's all right, baby. I'm proud of you. Believe me. I wish I was as smart as you.
Yeah, but that's
However,
my choice.
Yeah. You know.
I literally nuke. I have
I
this
know.
plastic blue container that's made to nuke
No.
noodles for mac and cheese.
Microplastics.
I have 2 of them for ramen.
Yeah.
Microplastics.
Yeah. Well, so why would I put it on the stove when I can put 4 minutes 30 seconds and make the kids some mac and cheese?
I
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I'm
okay.
I'm all for it.
I know you are.
I boil water.
I know you are. You're no better. You're no Betty Crocker. Both of you. At least you utilize the air fryer. You utilize the air fryer.
Although I do have to throw myself under the bus because about 2 weeks ago,
You microwaved a pizza? Or
no,
what?
no,
Oh boy.
two weeks ago, I got home from work, and there's Connor at the counter with Becky.
Yeah.
Connor, what were you doing? Were you like cutting up potatoes or something? But he told Becky that as much as he likes my cooking, it doesn't have any taste to it because I don't cook anything that has more than 3 or 4 ingredients in it.
No.
So him and Becky made like this. They made burgers,
Yeah.
but they were stuffed with
Smash
onions
burgers
and all
and
these
stuff,
other
yeah.
things and all this other stuff. And the fried potatoes had onions.
Creativity, that's called. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I just don't have the amount of effort
Yeah.
or energy to want to do that.
But Greg,
Yeah.
you don't need to because you know why? Condiments.
Oh, I'm all about condiments.
Sauces.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I found the sugar.
Free?
No sugar.
Ketchup?
It's like
Barbecue sauce?
it's like an orange. No, it's like a fry sauce.
Oh yeah, that's there,
It
baby.
was like $8.
I know,
But
they're
I
all like
bought it.
$10,
Reggie,
but you
that's
gotta
the-
get them.
That's the picture I showed you, and it looked like chicken nuggets and fries.
Yep.
And it was zucchini, and then I used the no sugar. Oh,
Microwave.
It looked like it honestly.
Yeah, I nuked it. The bag is nukeable.
It honestly looked like you brought. I mean, it looked good.
Yeah.
But it honestly looked like you brought home fries from Buffalo Wild Wings and then mixed it with dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets.
Which I do have in my freezer, but those
But-
are for the kids.
Speaking of food, I got to give a shout out this Christmas time of the year.
Shut up.
The other day, let's call it Thursday, because that's what day it happened.
Thursdays, yep.
I was driving around making some calls during the day, and I went through the Arby's drive-through, and my bill was $17.34 because I have a very healthy appetite.
Yeah, that was
2
just for
meals.
Greggy.
That was just
Two
me. There was
meals.
no one else in the car. And
2 meals.
so I get to the register, I get to the counter, and I had my credit card. I went like this,
Yeah.
and the little guy kind of like giggled.
Little guy, hey,
The
little guy.
little guy, he was
Yeah.
giggling.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I go,
you
"What's
said that.
up?" And he goes, "The person in front of you paid for your meal."
Yeah.
To which my first thought was, did they have any idea
Those
what I
fucking
ordered?
idiots.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, so the level of appreciation for humankind was
Fairly
unbelievable
good.
at that point. And then he told me, and I'm looking ahead, looking at who it was.
Yeah.
And then he looked at me and said, "They asked me to not open the window right away so they could remain anonymous."
Yeah.
Which is the goal of the whole pay it forward thing.
Of course.
So I thought what anyone else would do.
You pay for the next one.
No. You don't do that. Because here's the thing. is
No, you
I-
gotta
don't
keep
do
it
back to
going.
back. You
don't do
save
back
it.
to back.
You
You
save
don't
it.
you don't do back to back because then it just becomes a nuisance to that store. Because now
They
they're
love
like,
it.
okay, so you paid for him. Now he's got to pay for you. What's going to happen when the next guy, so it's like
It's a random
no,
act of kindness.
random act of kindness.
All right.
So what I do, I thought to myself, there's going to be an opportunity that's going to present itself to me, and I'll take advantage of that
Sure.
opportunity. That's the end of my story.
Okay. I'll transition into mine because I do try to do one of these a week.
Okay.
Random act of kindness.
Sure.
I try to just do it.
And
But-
I never. So
I've really shaped it into my routes in West and South St. Paul. I try to help out my brothers and sisters. So whenever I'm at the line at Holiday gas station and they're walking up, going to their work with their glass of coffee.
Yep.
Oh, she's got a medium coffee. I'll take care of that for you as well. And they always just light right up. And guess what? It costs about $2.
Yeah.
That's what gets me into heaven, baby.
Being cheap.
For not about getting into heaven.
Oh, it's for, come on.
It's just about being a nice guy.
Hey, that's all right. You can tell yourself that, Greggy. It's all about me and the judge and jury.
Well, now
baby.
that you just admitted it to him,
Yeah.
I think your little $2 adventure
I was
is
gonna
just
say,
wiped
hey,
off in a race.
I don't. I
What do you
mean, is that why I do it to get
Hey,
heaven? Hell yeah! Am I going to say that? No.
That's why I pay my cable
That's
on
how
time
you lose
too.
credibility.
All right. That's why I pay my cable on time. Get in heaven too.
I pay my cable on time. I just need a reminder.
That's all right. That's
does,
why.
and
That's why I message it.
I
That's
send
why I
it.
send it in the group.
I know. What
Even
you
though I
do.
know he gets the notification, I send it in there too. Just so Greggy gets his invoice. You
Yep.
know.
But I'm
And then Matt sends it 2 months out, which I'm always trying to remember. Then I have to check my Venmo because I'm like, which month is he on now? But
Well, I always-
you remember.
I have it in my account.
Right.
We're good.
but I always give $50. What do
This
you
is
give?
real behind the scenes shit right here.
What do you give?
guys are in.
You give like 40, don't you?
No,
I
he
give
sends
100,
100.
50 a month.
He
Okay,
pays
Because
2
we
a
have red
month.
zone.
Yeah.
When you don't have red zone, I pay 40.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the red zone's a little more.
Okay.
If you guys are still paying for DirecTV, you guys might as well just start donating to Democrats because
Yeah,
You're-
YouTube
what-
TV's where
you're
it's
just giving
at.
your money away. Quit
We
doing
got
it.
Stars,
Well, let's
we got
not-
Showtime,
let's
we got
not-
HBO, we got Red Zone.
Let's not get too specific when we start calling out carriers. I may have someone important in my life
DirecTV, I used to sell
who
it. dude.
who installs.
They know it's a racket.
Well,
Believe
yeah,
me,
but
I used to sell it.
he's retired making residuals right
That's
now.
okay, he'll always make it.
Let's let him cash his
They
checks.
know. Watch it.
He happens to be responsible for some of Connor's best Christmas presents.
So you're going to coach?
I am.
Greggy's got a coach tomorrow?
No, Monday and Wednesday
Oh,
are
you're good.
coaches' parents' meetings. I'm fine. This
How
week.
has been coaching the little ones been going, Mike? Are you molding young men and women?
No,
Just men.
the girls have their own.
What an amazing concept.
Already at that age too. That's good. That's good. Yeah,
It's been good. So the second year we still do.
Dribbling.
Yeah. So what sucked was the first like 2 or 3 weeks, there was a dad who was not an official coach.
Uh-huh.
So at the beginning of practice, we line all the kids up and we do a little 10, 15-minute warm-up thing.
Yeah.
And this guy was like God's gift to earth for warm-ups. He was,
Okay. Out there.
he was fantastic.
He was out there.
But the way he did it, like this guy knew basketball.
He was
right?
a Matt Benz. Yeah.
Well, he was a dad. He wasn't a coach.
Yep.
So after those 2 weeks, all of a sudden he's not there. It's me and 2 other coaches, a lady and a fella, and they immediately come to me and basically say, "We think you should do."
Because
this."
you're supposed to lead. You're a leader.
I am a leader.
Yeah,
So
you're a leader.
obviously,
You're a leader.
I said yes.
Lion, not sheep.
And yeah, I mean, I crushed it.
Unvaxxed. Unvaxxed.
You know, we did it a little different. You know,
Real
I
good.
got the kids, doing the gritty baseline to baseline.
Oh, I'm
And,
sure.
you know,
Selfies?
just-
Did you
we're
send
doing-
selfies
We're
to all
doing some
the
fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, some relay races. Things.
Mike brings the word fun into fundamental.
Correct. So last week or 2 weeks ago, we finally had to scrimmage, and they gave us a printout for each week. Week 1,
yeah.
do this
itinerary? Yeah.
and it's loose. You just
Agenda.
kind of go off of it. But week 4 was scrimmage.
Mhm.
So I ran the beginning. I tell the coaches, all right, let's 10, 15 minutes, go do your individual stuff. Then we're scrimmaging, and their jaws dropped. They're like, I don't think we're ready for this. I said, bro and broette, it's in the curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lady,
We are going to competitive
sir and ma'am.
games
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
I said, what are we supposed to go on our corners and dribble and
Sir
lay
and ma'am.
No, we need to do it.
Yeah.
And it was
Fucking Phil
a
Jackson.
fucking hot
dude.
mess.
Phil
Oh,
Jackson.
It was
dude.
terrible. But weeks 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or whatever, like this
Yeah.
week, hopefully it's a little better.
learning curve.
We got a few weeks left. Next year, full games, it's not going to look any better, but this is how they learn.
Well, and okay, to your point, and this is one thing that I coaching football and basketball. I tell kids, if you want to become a better athlete, the best thing you can do is watch college football or basketball, because then you start to understand the sport.
Yeah.
Right.
Play some Madden.
Because at that age,
Yeah.
second grade, third grade, fourth grade, these kids don't even know how many people are supposed to be on the court at a time.
Yep.
And so you have to, and so the best way to do that is to get them to understand the sport. I have a question for you, Mike, about coaching.
Oh, here we go.
So here's my situation. I coached assistant coach football. I have, I'll just say it, an impressive resume coaching basketball from Wisconsin to here, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I did not want to coach Connor's basketball this year for one reason. I wanted him to hear the voice of someone else.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also knew that I'm qualified to do the job.
So you're going to help out.
So here's the thing. So about 2 months ago when I signed Connor up, the guy who's running it heard about me from football and all that, begged me to coach.
Yeah.
I'll put you on the payroll. I don't
Pay
want
him
to.
up.
I don't want to do it.
Cut
Don't
him
want
a
to do
check.
it. Month before, the other lady called me up. Can you do it? Don't want to do it.
Begged him.
I get an email 2 weeks ago. All the parents did. If we don't get one more coach to volunteer to coach,
We can't do it.
we're going to refund your money and we won't have a team,
Greggy's in.
which immediately puts Greggy in.
Yeah.
Greggy's now the coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course.
Coach it.
So of course.
Clipboard.
Yeah, I'm not.
Whistle.
There was never a doubt.
Yeah,
I need a whistle.
Yeah,
You need a
I got
whistle.
one. Oh, I got one in my other car.
Good
Um,
whistle. Yellow. Usually good yellow whistle.
So now here's my question. So Connor brought up an interesting question on the way here.
That's all he does.
The kid's full of questions.
Genius.
He said to me, he goes, "Are you going to have an assistant coach who's another parent?" My answer was absolutely under no circumstances, no.
No.
I will not allow it.
No.
Because now if I need another coach, I have 2 teenage boys who play basketball that if I need someone to help me run drills or whatever, they both, Logan especially, volunteered to help me. If he's not working, he'll help me.
Yeah.
But my point is, I am not going to let another parent bypass all of the begging, all of that, just so they can get I'm coaching my kid, I'm volunteering my kid, but I'm not taking any of the responsibility of actually being a coach. I'll show up when I want.
Yeah, they'll go, hey, Greg, Timmy's been on the bench for a little bit here now. What do you say we get him a little bit more time?
Don't need that
And
because
it's
you
like,
know what?
That's Timmy's dad. And it's like, listen here, Richard, Timmy, dad, senior.
Yep.
All right. Listen here, Rick.
Yeah, I don't need that. If you wanted to
So
coach,
where's the question, Greg?
My question is, am I being too stern about not wanting another parent to coach?
No,
with me?
dude. Keep your circle
For
small.
those reasons.
No,
Keep your circle small.
you're 100%. I would not.
Yeah.
I don't need an assistant coach.
No.
Yeah.
Next
I
thing-
am
yeah.
the aura.
And because in this league, by the way, talk about the woke culture.
Yeah.
Now this is a new thing after 2020, after COVID, is in middle school. No, they do score, but they no longer have 10-minute quarters. It's 8 5-minute quarters, 8 5-minute portions.
Holy
You know why?
cow.
Because you can't sub in the middle. Each kid plays
5.
4. Like if you have 10 kids, they play 4 of the 8.
We're doomed. Dude.
And you can't play a kid in you can't sit a kid in 2 consecutive quarters.
We're doomed.
It's fine because that's logic and statistics to me. I can do that. I can figure out that rotation up until 7th and 8th quarter or 7th and 8th period before the game even starts.
Right.
So that's fine for me.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm a fan of that. But so that's why I don't even need an assistant coach because I don't need anyone to tell me Timmy's been sitting too long because I already have it figured out. I already have it figured out before a week before.
You guy can't even make a layup.
No, you got to give me more credit as
Got
coach.
to take Are you out there like Mike though? Mike dunked on his kids.
We do
know that, right?
We are going to have a rule. There will be no asking Coach Greg if he can dunk.
He dunked on him.
I did. I dunked on him. So when we go into
How high's the hoop?
6.5 probably.
it's short enough for my 5'10" ass to get up and dunk. So they like to play everybody versus coach.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
so it's 8 kids versus me.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah. Breaking ankles.
Yeah, so
Send
right
them to
away
the
in the
lab.
first, I drive baseline and I throw it down. I just want to let those little fuckers know who's
Yeah,
Damn right.
listen here.
Yeah.
right away from the get-go.
Yep.
And then I ease back.
Yep.
And I let them and I'm like,
You gotta
"Oh,
set-
you got by me.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good job, Timmy." But it's like, yeah, I threw down right away and looked them all in their little eyes. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm the boss.
Did you just look at all 8 kids, not just Parker, but all 8 kids and said, "Who's your daddy?"
Did you
Yeah.
smile?
Well, Parker is the roughest part about being the coach. I had to
Yeah.
sideline him twice because he thinks
You don't like that.
he's sensitive.
Yeah.
And so he thinks I'm singling him out and picking on him.
oh,
It's like, hey, we got to reverse our jerseys. All right, Parker, Timmy, Connor, switch your jerseys around. And he's like, I'm not black. It's like, this isn't a debate,
Yeah.
And so he wouldn't listen. And it's like, We'll go sit by your
park it.
mom.
Go post up.
Yeah.
And
Grab
he
some
doesn't
pine.
listen, and like, so that's the toughest part for me. I'd be a much better coach without my kid, but
Yeah.
I do it because of my kid.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he's dribbling and he's double dribbling like this, and it's like, bro, you can't. That's illegal. You can't do that. And he goes, God, I'm so good at dribbling. I just dribbled 1,048 times. I said, the fuck you did.
Yeah.
I said, you're a
That's
liar.
Mike's logic. He's got
I said,
your
you're a
genes.
liar. I
That's
said,
good,
you're, and I didn't say this, but I'm like, you're the worst dribbler I've seen here. Like, you're terrible. And you can't dribble like this. And buddy, your ball that I bought you, so I got to get you a new one because I can't even blow it up. So it barely dribbles. But the other ones dribble too much for him. So he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Oh my god.
No, I agree with Mike because coaching football, the first thing I said to the other coaches was, I'll coach. I will coach the other 20-some kids on the team, but I cannot coach my son because it's too difficult. Because I watched in high school, I watched my dad coach Danny. And Bill Young, the head coach, would yell at my dad for one of two things. You're either yelling at him too much or you're not yelling at him enough.
Yeah.
You know,
it's so hard in sports to find that
line.
Yeah, that line. And it's
I was coached by my pops the whole time too, and it was always hardest on me.
Yeah.
But that made me one of the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just I'm glad that I could interpret it as a coach player thing, and we could keep it separate for the most part.
yeah,
and
Parker's
realize
7,
that.
you know, he doesn't get it, but
No.
how does his hair look though for practices?
I was just asking, did you smile in the team photo?
did I?
I don't care about Mike. I want to know.
Oh
if
no, I want
Parker-
to know. Mike was all, Under Armour, polo.
Of course.
No, I got my game gear. Yeah, I smiled.
All right, I was just wondering because coming up, it's going to be.
I was
one
kind
of
of
those years.
upset though. They had this girl coach that she had her team before me. She's standing up to the left. All the kids are sitting, kneeling, everything, and then we get up there and he goes, "Why don't you kneel down on the right over?"
Huh? We don't kneel. This ain't Kaepernick.
And
what
so
are we doing?
I had
What are
to
we doing
kneel
here?
next to him, and it's like, so my height is more. It's like, no, I'm the adult.
Yeah.
I should be up much higher than
Yeah.
these children.
Yeah, they should all be kneeling in a horseshoe around you.
Like one of these things, and
Oh, that's not good. You
so
should have been.
I don't
holding
even
the
think.
ball.
I don't even think the pictures have been ordered. That's a debate for a different day.
Oh boy, Lord have mercy, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
Final thoughts? Go blue.
Well, yeah,
Go blue,
I'm going to
dude.
Vegas
That's
in a
all we
week, so
Oh yeah, have fun, win some money, don't lose it all.
yep. Greggy, if you wanna, you can Venmo me and I'll make a bet for you.
Yeah, I was thinking because I just want to be able to say I gambled in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Can you see up there? I just got new glasses coming in. I can't
can,
wait to
yeah.
get mine.
Yeah,
All right, guys, it's
Did
been
we get any
real.
commentary during this one?
just from our sponsor.
Just some daily defense. All right.
Yeah.
D McCash.
2023, we're out.
Bye, boys.
We talking sports with a twist, no script. Legends coming through on the guest list. TC, Minnesota, land of the lakes.